Did you know that your health directly impacts your wealth? Tune in today to The Wealthy Entrepreneur as we talk about health and how you can make small changes today that will increase your monthly income almost immediately. Hello and welcome to the Wealthy Entrepreneur Podcast. This is a space where Eddie and I get real on everything health, wealth, and relationships and share the down and dirty details on how we went from working 12-hour days and multiple jobs to six-figure months working our famous 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. The Wealthy Entrepreneur is our real talk, the unedited version of us sharing the struggles, the successes, and tips and tricks on how we did it, how we created wealth. So, if you like real, you want to be motivated, and you want to leave a podcast with simple things you can implement into your life, hit subscribe and listen in as we tell our story and the stories of others living their wealthiest lives. Here we go. Hello, welcome to the Wealthy Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm Allie.
I'm Eddie.
And today we want to talk about how your health impacts your wealth.
Yes.
Big topic. It's obviously the foundation of the Wealthy Entrepreneur, where we really do focus on everything health, wealth, and relationships. And the reason we do that is you cannot have health without wealth. You can't have wealth without health. You can't have relationships without that impact your health and like it's all so intertwined.
Totally. This is something that came into our lives too, like implemented this through most of our lives, taking care of our health.
Yes, but also again, recognizing that we are not one-dimensional people. We are not one-dimensional thinkers. And yet when we are looking at focusing on goals and growth in those specific areas, we compartmentalize them as if they're individual, as if they are separate, which is also why we experience so many struggles in those areas. If I can back up from that also, when we started really developing and creating our programming around becoming wealthy and, being a health and wellness expert or entrepreneur, we also recognized in our own life, which is the fuel behind our program, is that when we were so busy trying to build our business, when we were so busy trying to fill our days with the perceived success that busyness equals, the ultimate goals, we recognized that we were becoming unhealthy and we were actually doing things that were against, the heart of why we were in this business. Why we were doing things in this business in the first place. And I will say we see that with many of the health and wellness experts that we work with, but we also wanted to make today's conversation a little more broad in every aspect, whether you're even a doctor, lawyer, health and wellness expert, you are, a secretary, you are a garbage pickup, recycle pickup person. Like everybody is, compartmentalizing the different areas of their life, and their wealth is being impacted. Their relationships are being impacted, because when we don't feel good about ourselves, everything else has a negative effect as a result.
What Ali says, it's a really like your health comes in first. Once you get that dialed in, it's going to cause, like I said before, it's going to cause this domino effect throughout your whole life.
Yeah. But I want to challenge you actually right now. Think about the times where you are experiencing the most success in your life. Think about the times when you are maybe, it's in reflection, it's like, oh man, I was like totally living then.
When you first started dating.
Well, not necessarily, because for everybody it's different.
Yeah.
So think about that time. I guarantee you during that time, you were feeling healthy. You were feeling strong. You were getting good sleep. You were probably getting movement in your life or eating what you would say would be, a reasonably energizing and nutrient dense meals. Because when we are experiencing the best in other areas, we are also, the foundation, our health is in check. And I was going to actually say 99% in check. No, it's like in check in those times. In the same breath, I want to challenge you to think about the times when you are feeling the most resistance, when you are feeling maybe your relationship is out of check, or your business is going through
your business.
Your business is going through turmoil, or it's not producing, it's not achieving targets. In those times, I also want to challenge you. What does your health look like? Might be that, no, I'm still healthy, but are you still implementing the same routine during the difficult seasons? During the difficult seasons, are you still incorporating, your 45 minutes to hour and a half workout a day or movement? Are you still incorporating, healthy prepped meals that you're bringing to work? Likely not.
Likely not. Once you lose that sort of motivation, like I said, it's like the domino effect. It goes right into what you're dealing with at work and relationship, anything like that.
So when you're looking at, again, how does my health then impact my wealth? They really truly do go hand in hand. And often in business growth, we think we don't have time for anything else. It's if I'm not dedicating 110% to my business, if I'm not dedicating every waking hour to the growth of my business, then my business will not be successful. Yeah. What we are not recognizing is the habits that we have in every area, or in what we're going to talk about today is really those 3 pillars, which is your health, wealth, and relationships. When you are not focusing or intentional, I guess I should say, not even focusing, when you are not intentionally creating healthy habits in one area, you are actually stealing from the others.
Yeah, totally.
And, today we actually just want to talk about some habits or some changes that we can start implementing that are going to be fruitful in the other areas. We are in a season right now, globally, where you might call it more of a resistant season. It's referred to as winter in many aspects. It's a season where things are just a little bit harder, right? It's like it's harder to attract clients. It's harder to make money. It's harder to hold on to money. Cost of living is increased. And, we're not here for an economic talk. There's, you can argue both sides of things, but the fact is it is being experienced. And when something like that is being experienced, the result is seen in people's health.
Yeah.
Mental health right now is actually at an all-time high.
Yeah. It's going high every year. It's getting higher every year.
And we can sit here and have a conversation. Oh, why is that? We could justify it. Sure, no problem. We can justify it. But what we actually want to talk about is, again, practical tips and tricks that you can implement into your life that is going to be able to turn the needle for you. Because again, if you are intentional today, if you take away some simple habits or simple new ways of your routine today, your business will actually benefit. And if you work for somebody else, your financial situation will actually benefit if you take care of your health. So what are some of those things? What is it that we can implement into our day-to-day routine? I'm going to back up again, because the wealthy entrepreneur and becoming wealthy is really about building business or a career that is supportive of the lifestyle you want to live. But in the building phase, how do I justify time for my health? How do I justify an hour in the morning or in the evening when I should already be on the call back east because they're open, or, in another time zone? And how do I justify it in the end of the day where my wife, kids, dogs, or just tired, right? How do I justify that? So we want to make sure that we are recognizing, again, that every single time your health is at its optimal, when you are sleeping at your optimal, when you're eating at your optimal, your business is actually doing well. So is it because your business is doing well that you are allowing yourself that freedom to take care of your health? Most likely. Most likely it is. But I also want you to recognize that when you are in those seasons, your health is actually also supporting the growth of your business and supporting your relationships.
Yes, absolutely. We've always kept our health in check. And, it was one of our main things, just like drinking coffee. It would be like every day, even if the seasons change, we would still be up doing our taking care of our health. It's like therapeutic for us too.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm actually going to push back on that because I'm not like, I'm still go out for my walks. I'm still doing certain things, but we are even ourselves.
Yeah.
We are in a season where it feels like you need to work harder in your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we are.
Yeah.
We're not going to, sugarcoat it. We're not immune to the challenges, the global challenges right now. We're not sitting in a bubble where we don't feel it, experience it, or feel like we need to work harder. But working harder is creating more resistance in your business and then ultimately in your health. So when Ed says, we have always had health as a foundation of the platform, sure, yes, we have. But I'm the first to admit that when there's resistance in business and growth, or when there's a feeling of stagnancy in business and growth, we instantly going to go to work harder because that's what we've been taught. That's what society has said. And in that work harder, I'm the first to say like, oh, I got to like get up right now and I got to dive straight into, creating something, building something, reaching out to somebody. And what naturally goes on the back burner is my thing, which is I love my morning yoga, but I'll tell you, I haven't done it in a couple of weeks. I have no excuse except for the nonsense I've loaded in my mind. I go for my walk every morning, which is an hour, and I benefit from it, but I don't do it for me. I do it for my dogs, right? If the dogs weren't there, there's no way. There's no way I would do it.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of years and years and years ago. I used to take my bike every morning, like kilometers away, over a bridge. Like this was at 3 o'clock in the morning to get to work for my 4:30 shift. And I remember thinking like, I got to work hard to make my money. And I'm thinking, I'm not making any money. I'm still making the same amount of money. And but I'm working my ass off thinking I'm going to make this money. But the thing was, at the end of the day, it was this what I truly wanted? Like, was this something I wanted to focus on? Like, it was robbing me of my working out, because by the time I got home, I was tired. I was putting it all in at this one job, but still not making the type of money that we needed to support family and have a healthy relationship and everything else, and be able to go out and have like date nights. It was one of those things where
it's working harder.
Yeah.
Right? And that's it. It's like where we look at these seasons, we're feeling resistance, or we're like, we've told ourselves we're not there yet and we just need to push harder and we just need to work harder. What we are sacrificing is the reasons why we want to succeed in the first place. We're sacrificing that, and we're not in any appreciation of today. We are fueled by the fire that burned us yesterday, right? Every single person who can hear this or who is breathing air has been burned in the past. You've been burned, right? And so then the moment we feel a little bit of struggle in our lives, our business, or relationship, we load up yesterday's disappointment, or again, the fire that burned us yesterday, instead of looking at the future, what we want to be experiencing. Because what you want to be experiencing, you have control of in the moment. But we spend so much time worried about tomorrow and fearful of yesterday, repeating yesterday, that we don't make the changes today. We bunker down. We can't do this. We punish ourselves. I've been punishing myself by not doing my yoga. Why? Because I'm like, oh, I don't. It's like subconsciously.
I remind you.
Yes, he does. But subconsciously, it's like, well, I don't have time to do that. I've got clients. I've got this. I've got this. Like, come off it. Of course we have time, but we are still pre-programmed. We're all pre-programmed. And this is from, birth. Working hard equals success, which again, we need to look at why we're working hard, what we want success to look like, and owning it today. So what are the changes you can make today? Morning routine, I would say, is the number one simple shift that we can all make that will benefit you, that you will benefit from instantaneously. So morning routine, I get it. You don't want to get up earlier. Fine. You don't want to get up earlier. But what I can tell you is if you get up at 8 or you get up at 6, you're going to feel the same getting up, which is that initial like it is. And if you steal it from the other end, because I also guarantee you there's nothing you're doing at 11 p.m. that is productive. Nothing. So it's looking
That's
at,
why we fall asleep at 9.
yes. So we want to look at how can I make one small change in my morning that is going to be supportive of my health? Because by doing this, you are going to make more money.
Mhm.
You are. So I want to suggest that you set your alarm 30 minutes. Try 30 minutes. I would love to say an hour, but I'm not going to make anybody like panic, push back and tell me that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, I already get up at 5. I'm not getting up at 5.
I'm not getting up.
I
at
don't want to
4.
hear it because it's all excuses. Okay.
Remember, I used
You
to get
can.
up at 3.
Yeah. And it's not about what time you get up. It's what you want to be experiencing. What do you want to be experiencing? You want to experience business growth? Good. Go pay attention to your health. You want to be experiencing healthy relationships? Good. Go pay attention to your business. Like they're all intertwined. So by getting up 30 to an hour, okay, earlier, what would success look like in that time? Is it again a walk? Is it yoga? Is it emotional or meditation? Is it packing your meals?
Yeah.
But understanding that in that time, what is in alignment with what you want to be experiencing? It's not Instagram or scrolling social media or listening to the news longer, because all of that is filling your mental health with nonsense, which is fueling more of the fear. Okay.
Mhm.
So making that time for you, making that time intentional.
Yeah. Making it feel like it's a head start for you.
Yeah.
You wake up, you're ready, and by the time everybody's getting up, you're halfway done.
Yeah. And it feels so good, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens is society is very reactive. We hear something and then we move. We get a diagnosis and then we make change. What would it look like if we're now being proactive instead of reactive? What would proactive look like? So in that hour, for me, I'm going to tell you that my walk is already incorporated because again, I put the dogs ahead of my own and justify it as me doing my exercise. And I don't want an hour to do my yoga. I actually don't. I want 20 minutes. That's it. And I know once I've gotten dressed in my pretty green dress that I'm wearing today, I'm not going to go put my stuff back on and do it. I know I need to do it first thing in the morning. But I also know that if I'm being honest with you, reflecting on the last, let's just say 5 years, when my health has been at its optimal, so has my business. Like I can't even argue that. If I want to reflect, when my health has been at its best, so has my business. So, okay, why am I focusing then on messaging people on Instagram instead of doing my yoga? Like, it just doesn't make sense. For Ed as well, when he may still work out, but don't let him fool you, and he's going to probably be choked, but he doesn't eat good when he's busy and stressed. He doesn't.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not.
No.
I eat okay.
No, he does not. But we're like, if we're going to say real talk, then let's be real. Because when business is, I shouldn't even say when business is busier, when we have created more work for ourselves in our business, you will still do your workout, but your eating habits go to the garbage. Like they do. So we all have our things that we let go of or we lack intentionality behind in these seasons. And again, this is a season with more resistance. So in a season of more resistance, we can either stand above it and stay in what we want to be experiencing, or we are going to keep on keeping on. And when the season turns, you are going to still feel behind in the coming out of it. Okay. We want to set ourselves up strong to come out of this season, to come out of winter. And I know if someone's listening to their, but it's coming into summer. No, we're talking about economic seasons.
Hold it. What do you mean? We haven't had summer yet.
Yes. So what can you do? You can get up 30 to 60 minutes early. You can set up 1 or 2 things that are going to change the direction of your day. I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to prepare my lemon ginger water in the evening. What I do in the night is I boil the kettle. I put ginger and lemon in a mason jar. I close the lid. Why? In the morning, I drink that and I've actually increased my metabolism right away and water retention. And from the ginger, I experience bloating a lot. So I'm going to improve that. When I improve that, instantly, I know I already feel better. I feel better in my yoga pants. I feel better all the way around. And I'm going to set that 15 to 20 minutes to do my yoga practice before I actually start the day. The benefit I know.
Wow.
The benefit of
You gotta hear
that,
mine.
the benefit of that is going to be experienced in my business, in wealth. I guarantee you, and actually I'm going to track this and I'm going to share it. I guarantee you that I'm going to see an increase in my monthly income from implementing that change. Okay. Mark my words. I'm going to see an increase in my monthly income. So
I'm a believer.
yeah, I'm going to write down, actually, I'm going to look at our screen and I'm going to see what our monthly income was this past, and I'm going to share the range, and I'm going to share the new range at the end of, actually it's June. So I'm going to share the range of May, and I'm going to share the range at the end of June. Okay. Challenge me on that. And I guarantee there's going to be an increase because of the health change.
Yeah.
And Eddie's going to go on a diet.
Yeah.
Not. I don't believe in the word diet.
I just train extra harder in the gym. I add an extra half hour to help me burn whatever I've been overeating, but I
Okay.
know it doesn't work as well, but it's in my head.
Yeah. But you were the first to say you can't outwork out a diet.
Yeah, I know.
So
No.
I'm not going to put him on the spot.
It's not that bad. I do eat a lot of home cooked meals. I don't go out to eat. Like once in a while I have like some Chinese food, but most of the time I don't.
No, but that's not the topic here. It's just how we eat.
Yeah.
When we're in a season of more resistance.
Yeah, totally do. Whenever I'm stressed out, I do eat like poo. Like I do. I eat like garbage. Yeah.
So again, this is not his thing where he's saying he's going to make a change, but I'm saying I'm going to make a change here.
Yeah, for sure.
And track that. And maybe he's going to reflect and share it at the bottom. But what I want to do is I want to encourage you to make a shift also. I want to encourage you to share with us what you are currently experiencing and what small change you're going to make. And if you share that with us, actually, I'll engage back and I'm going to look to support you, because if we're not all, supporting one another on our journey and being real about some of the struggles and resistances, then we've got a whole society of people trying to meet unrealistic standards. So real standards, real talk, real information. Health impacts wealth.
Totally.
Wealth impacts relationships.
Maybe I feel like I got to jump on some challenge here.
Okay, well then you can
like it's on the competitive, like I feel the heat right now off our shoulders.
Well, it's all about the business, right? I'm saying I want to increase my wealth, so I'm going to improve my health. That's what we want you to do.
Oh, yeah.
Improve your health, improve your wealth. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back here every single Wednesday talking about anything and everything, health, wealth, and relationships.
And just be open about it.
Yeah. Please comment, please like, please subscribe, please follow, do all of those good things. Because again, we're trying to grow here and we want to grow with you and we want your support. So we're asking for it. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you for joining the Wealthy Entrepreneur podcast. Eddie and I love having you and love going on this journey with you. Don't forget to hit subscribe and don't forget to send us in any questions or topics of conversation you'd like to address. Remember, nothing is off limits and everything is all about building business and creating the lifestyle of our dreams.